Everybody, I hope you are having a fabulous week. I have had several people asking me about my meal planning process and how I go about doing that so that it's organized and that I'm prepped for the week. So I was just going to make a little video kind of going through what I do. And you can tweak this to however it works for you, but this is just what I do week to week. So some days, some weeks it's more organized than others. Sometimes I'm just like jotting down in the car, but this is how I like to do it so that it's more planned out. And some days I'm more fancy than others. Last week I did my detox, so I'm going to be a little bit more fancy this week just because I can. So, but when I just sit down in my little handy dandy spot here, and I kind of have a little bit of references that I always go to. So my first one is Pinterest, and I have a whole board full of 21 Day Fix approved recipes. I'm actually prepping I'm starting Hammer and Chisel tomorrow, but that's based off of the 21 Day Fix meal plan. So it's all the same, which is nice. I don't have to switch it all up. So I have my Pinterest board up, and then I have out my Fixate cookbook. And then I love this one because it kind of goes through and has, like, it'll show you the different, how much each container is worth within this recipe. So that's really nice to be able to see that. And I also have this cookbook, Everything Whole Foods. My parents got this for me for Christmas, and it's awesome to not have to worry about substituting anything out. So here's that. So, and then I'm not like super fancy when it comes to this part about planning it out. I used to be, and it was really hard for me to like stick to it because it was just this big extravagant. So now I'm this simple and I write it down on a piece of paper. So what I do is I'll go through and I'll ask Cody, like, what are you going to want for meals this week? So we kind of just combine. Some days we do it, some weeks we do it together. Some weeks I just kind of do it on my own. But, so I just go through and pick out what I'm going to want for the week, and it's not uncommon for me. It doesn't bother me to just have the same thing or the same two things for lunch all week and the same one or two things for dinner all week. That doesn't bother me. That's up to your preference if you're able to do that. It's just a lot easier for me to make a big batch of something and then I'll switch it up the next week. But this is just how I do it. So I just write down Monday. For breakfast I'm going to have Shakeology. For lunch, I'm going to have the creamy chicken salad wrap, and that's from Fixate. So I put Fixate, and then I put the page number so that I can easily reference the recipe. And then for dinner, I'm going to have stuffed taco potatoes, which is on Pinterest. So then I can just pull up my Pinterest board and find the recipe for that. And then I put down my snacks. And sometimes when it comes to snack time, I'm not hungry for that, so I'll switch it out. I'm not going to force myself to eat something that I don't want, but I will try to keep it within the same color bracket so that I'm not completely throwing it off. But I don't force myself to eat something that I don't want just because that's what I had planned. And then so Tuesday, so breakfast Shakeology again. That's always the easiest one because that's what I always have. Lunch, I'm having, I can't read upside down, Healthified Cobb salad, and that's from the Fixate cookbook again. And then for dinner, where are we? Dinner, we're trying something new this week. Bison burgers, sweet potatoes, and Brussels sprouts. Sweet potatoes are normal. Brussels sprouts, I'm not so sure. Bison burgers, I've never had. So we're going to try it and see how it goes. They're on sale at Kroger, so that's how we do it. And then snacks again. And snacks I usually kind of keep the same just because I'll buy a big batch of something and portion it out and go from there. So I do that. And so then from the meal plan, then I'll take another page and I'll just write down my whole recipe list. So, or grocery list, I guess. So from each recipe, what do I need and how much of it? So, and then I just simply pull up my two favorite stores here in Fort Wayne are Kroger and Fresh Thyme. That's just the two that I like the best, and that's not the only places I ever go, but those are my two staple stores. So I'll go through the weekly ads there and decide which one, where it's cheaper where, because I'm trying to make the best bang for my buck here. So I go through and make my grocery list, and then I'll write Kroger or Fresh Thyme, and then I go to the store. So, and then I just started having this awesome idea of, I just have a little binder here, and I'm going to put all of my meal prep ideas into the binder. So if maybe on a Sunday I'm out of town and I'm not able to sit down and meal prep like this, I will still have to go to the grocery store and I might still have to cook, but I can just pull out a recipe from my binder, or a meal plan from my binder, and then that part's done. And then I'll keep the grocery list with it. That way that part is out of the question. So I could just run to the store quick. So that's how I pretty much do it. So then once I have my grocery list, I'll go to the stores, knock that out, and then I come back here and I start cooking away. And then it's so nice because in the rest of the week I don't have to stress about what am I going to make for dinner tonight, or I only have a little bit of time, so maybe I should run through a drive-through. That's the biggest thing for me, is not having to rush and make stupid decisions because I don't have time, because it's already done, and I don't get home. And that was one of my other problems, was I get home and I'm so hungry that you're just snacking and snacking and snacking while you're cooking. I don't have that anymore because it's done and it's ready, and there maybe is a little prep work before, depending on what it is, but it's done. So it saves me a lot of headache, and I would love to chat with any of you more if you have any questions on what to make or how to make it, how to store it. I'm still not a professional, but I've been doing it for a couple months now, so I'm kind of getting my groove down. And it's going to be different for each person depending on what you like, how many people you're cooking for, and that. So I hope this helps you a little bit, and I would love to talk with you more. Don't be afraid to message me if you have any questions. Have a great week.